Getting plumbing leads from Google doesn't have to be confusing or frustrating. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 4 key sections of Google, showing you exactly how to start bringing in real calls from homeowners. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly when and where your business can show up on Google. Plus, stay tuned, I'll be sharing a ton of marketing secrets that most companies don't want you to know about. All right, guys, before we talk about how to rank in each section, I just wanted to look at a live breakdown of a Google search, show you guys when and where everything shows up, and just before I discuss each section. So our first sponsored section here is going to be this LSA section. This is the pay-per-call section. We've got our Google Ads section, which is the website link here. It's also sponsored. We've got our top 3 ranking companies for Plumber Near Me in this area. So we've got these 3 companies, but as you guys can see, if a sponsored ad is in this section, this is a paid lead. So this is actually a Google ad here, this top one. And so these are the first 3 ranking, and then this is Google ad, but it will always show the top 3 in your ranking area, but could have a sponsored one depending on what your search is. And then last but not least, we've got our websites. So this is traditional long form SEO that a lot of people talk about, and a lot of people say it takes 6 months to get going. So this is where Yelp and Angie's are going to get a lot of people to opt in, and then going to be sending those leads out to vendors and selling them. So this is where they get a lot of their leads, but as you guys can see, there are some companies in this area as well, and it does take some time to rank for these. So let's actually dive into each, and where should you start, what should you do, and how should you do it? So first things first, I've made a little list here for you guys, but you should always start with your Google My Business profile. This profile alone is going to be able to keep 3 or more trucks busy year round. It's the easiest to start ranking. It's the least competitive, but also the most competitive. And I'll get into that in a minute, but it's very easy. Go search Google Business Profile, create or log in with the email that you're going to create all of these accounts with. So I should preface and say that there are going to be 3 accounts: your Google My Business, your Google LSA, and your Google Ads account. And then your SEO doesn't require an account. It's just where your website ranks. But the Google LSA, the Google Ads, and the Google My Business should all link. So you try to use the same email. Make sure that you complete your Google My Business profile. Make sure you complete every single detail, and that when you do create the profile, it says info complete on there. It's really important. Otherwise, you're not going to rank at all. I've seen companies with hundreds of reviews or maybe even thousands of reviews not rank because they don't fill out this profile. Make sure that you guys are adding your business name, services, cities, team, trucks, personal photos, anything that's going to want to make you pick them versus Roto-Rooter or whatever huge plumbing companies in your area. You want personal photos that is going to give them a reason to pick and trust you. With that, your reviews and engagement are super important. And so photos and reviews have a direct correlation on this. So make sure that the photos you guys add to this profile aren't pictures of your work. They need to be photos of you, your team, logos, family, something that can make them relate to you. And then once you do have this profile, keep it updated. New photos, team events, offers at least every other week. That's what the algorithm wants. So I would just say put it in there weekly, get to it at least every other week. That's a really good place to start. The secret with this is, I'm actually going to show you guys this, but when you're adding your business name, make sure that you add the location and the main service that you offer in your business name to rank for both. So an example of this would be, instead of Summit Integrity Automotive, we would want to be Summit Repair of the Summit to rank for both this keyword because it's better than automotive because it's auto repair, so our main service. And you would also want to do the location. So anyone searching in Lee Summit would hopefully find this automotive company versus another because we have Lee Summit. So you might have to get a DBA for this. It's really super easy. It's $7 and you'll rank for a ton more keywords from the jump. And then the second thing I would work on, or the second step of mastering your Google presence, is going to be your website and long-term SEO. Now, you're not going to be all these companies in SEO from day one, but if you don't have a good website, it's going to be really hard for your Google My Business profile to rank, and therefore hard to start LSA and start Google Ads. So the second place I would start, especially for newer companies, is working on the website. So I would build out service and location pages. Make sure you have calls to action on every single page. So phone numbers and opt-ins on every single form, because it's really important to get a website that converts and gets people to stop searching on Google. That's a huge thing for Google, is making their customers happy and sending them to somewhere where they feel like they can stop searching and they found what they want. And then we've got the SEO basics. So make sure that for each page you're using services, cities with titles, and you want to have a question head style, and I'll get into that in a second. But you also want to have alt text on all of your images that you have. You want to have concise, easy to read content, make it very scannable, right to left, bullet points. And then the most important thing with your website is to track and improve. So use Google Analytics, use some sort of tracking, test constantly. So you may have the exact same website traffic and the exact same website, but because of when and where you put a button, what headline you use, you could have 2 to 3 more people opt in, or just a 10-20% conversion bump. So that's really important to keep testing. And then add AI chatbots. It's a really easy way to get people pushed into opting in. And a lot of people really like a chatbot because they can ask, does this company do this service? The AI chatbot can respond and therefore then send in their information. So a lot of people really like that instead of calling or texting that company. And then a secret with the SEO is write your headlines as questions, kind of stated that above, but then you want to answer them. So an example of this would be, why is quality plumbing of Kansas City the best plumber in Kansas City? So an example of this would be, why is Quality Plumber the best plumber in Kansas City? And then you would want that to be your headline, and then you would want to answer it because they deliver fast service, same day service, upfront pricing. You get the point. Backload it with benefits of why they should pick you. It's going to make not only people want to pick you and people want to call you because they see all these benefits, but also AI is going to scan. And so if somebody asks that exact question, AI is going to scan the website and be like, oh, here's the result right here on this website. So AI is going to actually pull that from your website. So try to form all of your headlines as questions. Step 3 in this is to start Google Local Service Ads, or LSA, and put you at the very top of Google. There is a lot of upfront work, but the nice thing about it is you can really do it yourself. It's a charge per call, so it's very manageable. You just set up your profile. Like I said, a little intense up front, so you get your verified license, insurance, business details, you name it, and all of that actually connects to your Google My Business. So all those reviews that you have, they'll connect right in here. You're going to want to have 100 plus before you see a lot of traction or worry about optimizing your profile, just because you're not going to get a lot of traction or even be competitive until your profile has at least 100 reviews, at least in my experience in the plumbing industry. And then you want to optimize your budget for the leads. This is a little bit advanced. I would just leave it on auto conversions until you really have a lot of data to play with and are getting a lot of leads consistently and want to filter some of those. I would just click all plumbing services and go with it, start, and then make sure that you guys track and convert. So make sure that you're answering the phone. If you have text messages on through LSA, which I highly recommend, just make sure that you're having your office manager or you communicate with them super fast, and then track everything that turns into a job. That's just super important for everything as a whole, because here's the secret that I'm about to tell you about. The marketing secret for this is not only that you want to use photos that are going to make people pick you again, but also you want to respond to every single lead that you have. So you want to mark the lead, good, bad, or ugly. Make sure that you mark it and then archive it, because if you don't, Google sees that as an open lead and therefore isn't going to give you as many jobs if you have a bunch of open leads. So make sure that you're archiving your leads after ranking them. And then the other secret that I did want to tell you about is just use personal photos again. If a company is trying to decide between you and the other top ranked plumber, so obviously as you guys can see here, we've got our Google LSA ads, we've got Anthony's and another Anthony's location. But if we open this up, KB Complete and Roto-Rooter here, which one am I going to pick? It's definitely going to be one of these Anthony profiles or Roto-Rooter, because I can see a live person. It's a good photo. This is just a generic plumbing photo. AB Man, I can't even tell what this is. Brightside, this is just it's an okay photo, but it's just like a stock photo. So make sure, like Conley, super great plumbing company it looks like here, but I don't know what I'm looking at. B&L doesn't even have a photo here. So make sure that you guys are not putting photos of your work. You want to have personal photos that's going to make you choose them. And as you guys can see, Google really favors these. Obviously, this company is going to be favored, 8,100 reviews, but like the photos really do matter. Brightside Plumbing would change their photo here from stock. They'd get a lot more traction. Same here with Conley or B&L if they just added some photos. So photos are super important because you're going to be charged every time you get a phone call. If I'm looking at companies with a lot of 5-star reviews, I'm picking the one with the better photo. Last but not least is we've got our Google search ads. Now, a lot of people are scared by these. A lot of people have marketing companies run these, but they're really not difficult. If you have a small budget or you're just starting out, I would master these 3 before you jump into Google Ads, just because I know there are plumbing companies out there with $25,000 a month budget, and they're okay with getting a conversion at $300 or $400. And so they're gonna buy up all the good clicks, but you can do it smart and you can do it strategically and great results. So when you're creating your campaign, obviously you only want to target cities and you want to use a search campaign. Use call only ads. Unless you're a professional, you can use a search campaign. But for you guys, I would do a call only campaign. I would use high intent keywords. So make sure that you guys are not just doing plumber near me. Those are going to be super competitive. And you really want to dive into somebody who's ready to act. And so also try to target some of those keywords that aren't being targeted by as many companies. So I would do emergency plumber of Kansas City. I would do water heater replacement near me today. I would do those really high intent keywords and try to find some of those longer ones that are going to have less traffic and going to produce a better lead. And then write ads that convert. So obviously you're going to want to have key benefits, strong calls to action, but make sure that you add a little humor in here. I know if I'm reading generic plumbing ad, so if I come down here to these ads, same day plumber near me, so services and more benefits of why they should act. This is a really good one, and it takes up a big portion of the page. So as you guys can see, there's a lot for me to click on, a lot for me to get caught in this ad, and therefore go with AB May at some point when I find what I'm looking for. Great ad here. They give you the keyword that you're most likely searching for, so same day plumber near you, and then also all benefits on why I should call them. And then make sure that if you guys are doing a search campaign, make sure that you have your ad extensions on. So you want to have the calls, location, site links, all that. So these are site links here. I would charge AB May if I clicked on any of these. But when you're on mobile, you want to make sure to have your phone extension, pictures, images, make them personal. Once again, I can't say it enough. Take 10, 20 photos, use them the same across all the profiles, and then constantly add to these. I know pictures of your work, really important to you guys, but I'm worried about what's important to the clients and connecting you with. And then obviously you guys are going to track, optimize, do all this stuff. Pause weak keywords. So if you notice a keyword is producing bad leads consistently, good time to get it out of there. Make sure that you guys are using exact and phrase match only. If you are going to use phrase match, use ChatGPT to help you make a negative list. That's really important. You don't want to get people searching for plumbing jobs, so on and so forth, to come through your ad, or plumbing school, whatever the case may be. And then make sure you guys are testing new headlines. Make sure that you guys are building now at least a few ads per keyword. That way you guys have different ads running through. And here's some of those secrets they don't tell you about. Start with max clicks. Don't switch to max conversions until you have 30 plus conversions or a lot of click data in your account already. The conversions will come through, and it may be a little bit hit or miss, but those conversions are going to come through at a way too high cost per conversion. If you just start on a maximum conversion, it's going to have those leads come in at $700-800 when they should be coming in at anywhere from $50 to less than $200 cost per acquisition. And so you want to definitely start with a max clicks. And then if you're new, like I said, make sure that you're doing call ads only, but skip the website link. So you'll see website link where it wants you to fill it in and it says optional. Don't fill it in, because you're going to pay for a click that goes to your website. If you're new to this and you're just running Google Ads for the first time, you might as well pay for those phone calls. You don't want to pay for those website clicks, just because if you aren't tracking that on your Google Ads, it's not going to matter. So go for those calls rather than those clicks. All right, that's it. Now you know exactly how to start bringing in plumbing leads from Google using your GNB, SEO, LSA, and search ads. So if you got some value from this, hit the like button and let me know. Comment anything below you guys want to see in future videos. And don't forget, if you want a step-by-step checklist or help setting this up for your plumbing business, check the link in the description and book a call with us. It's completely free. We'll show you exactly how many leads your plumbing business could be getting. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.